Tired of pretty sites that don't convert or funnels that never get finished?
We're here to fix that.
I'm Kathrine Farris, owner of Marketecs and Marketecs Engine, where we specialize in marketing automation and marketing technology.
And I am Maleeha Asif, the founder of WebGal Studio, as well as a conversion-focused web designer.
Today, we're here to talk about a bit of a collaboration between myself, Marketecs, and Maleeha and WebGirl Studio. I mean, we just figured we'd get on here and rip a little bit about how we met, how we got started, what we're working on together.
Yeah.
It's been a couple months since we first met, and we met on LinkedIn. I don't know if
Yes.
you want to share a little bit about that.
Yes. So Kathrine reached out to me at the end of August. She saw one of my content pieces and she saw the web templates that I was putting out there. And her being so specialized in Go High Level, she introduced me to High Level and asked if I wanted to convert templates for Go High Level as well. That was a platform that I had never worked with. But she has been so kind to walk me through High Level and show me what I was really missing out on and what I can provide my customers with, to be honest. So it's been a
Yeah.
journey.
Oh, for sure. And yes, we had a nice back and forth, just LinkedIn messages. Gotta love LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And it definitely spawned from some post I had seen of yours. I was watching you put out these templates and just your content. I was like, wow, this girl knows what she's doing, woman. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And so I was really impressed. And I was like, there's got to be some way to work together if she's interested. So, and
Yeah.
it has worked
And you
out.
sent,
Of course.
yeah, absolutely. And she sent me that message and I wasted a lot of time overthinking stuff and then researching High Level and everything. But eventually we came together and decided to create something wonderful that I think can solve a lot of problems in one product. Yeah.
Agreed. So I guess a little bit about what we've created here. So Maleeha has worked her magic making some really beautiful pre-designed templates in and partnered with us to basically build them within Marketecs Engine, which is our agency, our high-level agency. And we can talk a little bit about how that's different than going to high level directly. But Maleeha, you're also selling your templates to anyone who's already a high-level user, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So a couple different ways you can get those templates, and we will share the links in the description of the video. So there are 3 different ways. You can buy them directly from Maleeha on her store. We also have an affiliate option where you can sign up for High Level directly and then get her templates. Or, like we said, we've done a partnership here where you can get Marketecs Engine, which is our agency where we have a lot of other pre-built stuff as well as Maleeha's templates. And we do weekly office hours and some different extra support instead of doing it yourself through High Level directly.
Absolutely. And I would also like to mention that if you do decide to go with the affiliate offer, signing up for a Go High Level through Marketecs Engine link, you will get a 30-day free trial. So you get to explore High Level without you having to overthink or commit something that you're not ready to commit to yet.
Yeah, and that said, we actually have sort of bonuses and stuff no matter how you sign up. So if you sign up using our affiliate level and go to High Level directly, we actually do have some guides and different things we provide you, as well as if you decide to sign up with Marketecs Engine, we also have a full community, and that's where we have our office hours and things like that. So there's definitely a couple options there. But regardless, I would say check out High Level no matter how you do it. And I think you would be happy with Maleeha's templates alongside of that.
I hope so.
I know. All right. So we've talked a little bit about the templates. We've talked a little bit about how we met and how we got started, kind of what's included there. Do you want to do a little show and tell of your template? Show people what they can possibly get?
Yeah, absolutely. We have, first of all, our landing page template, and this is going to be the main area where you showcase your offer front or center. So we have the hero section, basically every single section that you would need to take your offer live within literally an hour. Edit everything, swap out the images. So these images have been created with Canva, and you also get access to these as well when you purchase my template. And then, of course, you can swap out the text. And then if you at any point feel like, oh my God, these are way too many sections, I don't need For example, if you don't need this section, you can just go inside of high level and actually hide any of the sections that you don't need. And I have a full video tutorial showing you exactly how you can edit my templates inside of high level. So the form that the buttons are connected to, as well as the images, the text, you can easily go ahead and edit these following my step-by-step video guide. And then we have the checkout page, which is right now the timer has ran out of time, but it is a FOMO inducing checkout page. So it will have a timer here, which again, you can turn on or off if you feel like you don't need it. But if you're running some sort of a sale on your offer, I think you would find this very helpful. Again, you can go ahead and edit everything here. And then finally, we have the thank you page, which again is easily edited. And other than this, I have a couple more things. I also have a newsletter forum that will help you build out your email list quite easily. This form right here, which you can go into the backend and edit as well. The Canva graphics are included, as well as the tutorials to not only edit these 3 funnel pages, but also the Canva graphics. This is all that is included.
That's great. And a little bit too about how high level works in this sense. So
Yeah.
when you sign up and you install what Maleeha's created, you get your own copy of this. Now, oftentimes when we install things into a client's account, we recommend that they duplicate the entire thing before working on it so that they don't edit the original in case they want to go back to it. I kind of think that's a good best practice. The other thing
Yeah.
you can do in high level is each one of these sections you can save in your own template library to reuse on another page. So not only are you getting these pages, you're getting all these layouts that you can then reuse within your next funnel design or your next web page as well.
Yeah, 100%. And one thing that I forgot to mention here is the template also comes with fill in the blank copy, as you can see, to save you even more time. So you can just go ahead and fill in the blanks and make your offer live in an hour or even less. I worked very hard with prompting and working with a chat GPT and even my own, because I used to be a writer back in the day. It just seems like such a long time ago. But this copy also comes with the purchase, which, of course, your choice whether you want to use it or not. I think this will help people with the time saving
Absolutely.
aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great layout. So many people will just stumble over the words. And so the fill in the blank, I think that's perfect. And again, because high level is an all-in-one system, even these forms are templates that come pre-built and pre-installed in your
Yes.
account when people buy from you, where not all systems work that way. And then all the content that's being collected here goes into the CRM, which is also in the system, and you can connect it to all the other parts of your entire account. So it really is the
Yeah.
best all-in-one
100%.
builder we've seen.
Yes, absolutely. And also, one thing I would like to mention is as I was doing research on the high levels templates that are already in the market, something that I saw as missing in those templates was they didn't really have a lot of sales funnel landing pages. They did not have like a navigation bar. And I think it's very helpful just for user experience to just click on an option and go straight to that specific section. Like if they want to go to FAQs, they don't have to scroll all the way here to find FAQs. They can just click here and then be redirected to that specific section. And there are very few, I don't think I have come across any Go high level template that has this sort of a navigation menu. Very few. Most of this landing pages, they don't really have this menu option. They just go directly into the hero section. So I think this is, again, something that's very good from a user experience point of view.
And even from a template point of view, if you were
Yeah.
building something like this in some other site builders, they required you to put the anchor links in. So then you need to correct
That's
all those once you send the page live. So it's one less thing you have to do with this.
100%.
All right. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take over a little bit of screen sharing here and show the links to where people can get these.
Yeah.
So first of all, as we mentioned, you can go directly to Maleeha's website, thewebgalstudio.com, and she has not just GHL templates, but other ones as well. Then if you actually want Marketecs Engine, if you want the whole full suite, like you're not using high level yet and you want support, this is where you can go to get Marketecs Engine, and it will have Maleeha's website design templates built in. It'll be already baked in. You won't have to take any additional action here. And so there's a whole bunch of information about that. Again, these links will all be down in the description. And finally, if you want to sign up for High Level directly, you just want to go directly to them, we do have some bonuses if you use our affiliate link, and this will also be in the description. If you choose this option, you'll want to sign up for High Level, and then you'll still want to go back to Maleeha's website and get the GHL templates to install after you sign up. So that's a two-step process. So just so you're aware.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And while we are on this topic of Marketecs Engine, Kathrine, when you're working with clients, you are so specialized with Go High Level. How do you prioritize what tools and automations inside of High Level to use for a specific sort of client? How do you decide that?
Yeah, so sometimes it's personalized. It's based on a conversation that I have with them, and we determine what's your goal right out of the gate. What's the first thing you want to launch out of High Level? And so it could be very customized. But if it's a general conversation, or if you're going to one of my trainings and looking for what's the first thing I should set up, I usually start with social media. Once you turn on your account, the fastest thing to connect is social media, because it's literally like you have your Facebook page open, you have your High Level account open, you click connect, and now you can start scheduling social media posts. It's 2 seconds.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So that's a lot of times where we start right out, so that people can start just using the system. The faster you can get in there and just start using it and playing, the easier everything is going to become. It really is 10 different programs sort of in one. And if you can think of it that way, it can seem a little less overwhelming too, because right now you might be signing into Acuity for scheduling and HubSpot for email and ClickFunnels for your web design or Wix or whatever. If you just imagine that each section of High Level is one of those programs, then it actually becomes a lot easier to understand. And
Yeah,
you have one price for everything, which is also nice.
that makes a lot of sense. And I remember when you gave me access to High Level for the first time, I have only explored it like this much. And I can already tell the usefulness of the software and how easy it can make everything for business owners. So, speaking of, it has so many features for people to use, right? What do you think is the most overlooked feature of inside Go High Level? And what's your favorite one?
So there's definitely two different questions for me. So most overlooked, and it's actually super simple to set up, is the engagement scoring or lead scoring feature. And
Interesting.
yeah, so because High Level is a full CRM, the system will track people's actions. So anytime somebody clicks on a web link, or anytime someone opens an email or clicks a link in an email, you can assign point values to those things. It's kind of like gamification inside your CRM. Now, the second feature that is my favorite actually aligns with the next step of this process. So you assign these point values, great, super fun. You can look at somebody's account and see that this person has 50 points and this person has 20 points. But what are you actually doing with that information? So
Yeah.
that's the next step. The next step is setting up automations. And this is my absolute favorite part of High Level, is the automations. And because all of your things, your appointments, your web pages, your CRM, your email marketing, your social media are all in one place, those automations are 10 times more powerful than automations I've seen in any other system.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As you've been exploring High Level and you've been seeing all this stuff, how would you say it compares to the other platforms that you work in? How would you say it compares to, obviously you do a lot with Shopify and with Wix. So what's your experience so far?
Just gonna state the obvious. Go High Level, you have everything in one place, whereas with other platforms, they are more website building focused, and you have to do all of the marketing. You have to install additional tools and then pay for additional subscriptions to handle your marketing, your automations, customer engagement. There's so many things that you as a business owner to take care of. But inside of High Level, I think it's really good in terms of from a convenience point of view. It just helps you be more organized. All of the services and the tools and automation that you need are in one place. And so I'm always thinking about how to make my customers' lives as easy as possible. So even when I'm working inside of Wix, inside of Shopify, I'm thinking, okay, what value can I add to each template that I create that will make their lives really, really easier? They buy a template from me and then they don't have to worry about anything ever again. But with inside of Go High Level, I just feel like they're getting access to a whole new environment that is going to help them conveniently manage and organize and grow their business.
I love that answer.
Thing.
All right. So, in your journey in building these templates, what is the gap that you've seen that kind of made you start WebGirl Studio?
Yeah. So I started the WebGal Studio because I have been a web designer for a while now. I used to work with clients on their websites. And as I was doing some research, one day I came across these template shops and I noticed that a lot of these template shops, they were either some of the template shops, what they were selling was really these websites that were really pretty and aesthetic and just really like aesthetically pleasing to look at, but then they did not have good functionality baked into them. They were not created from a conversion point of view or from a usability point of view. And then on the other hand, I saw some template creators that were so good with the technical details and with usability and with creating conversion focused designs. But most of the times, they were developers that did not have that creative vision. So I felt like I needed to bridge that gap of creating templates that were not only aesthetically pleasing to look at, they were also packed with usability features and just conversion focused features that will actually help people who are buying them make sales. So yes, that was my main vision when starting the WebGal Studio.
Yeah, and I can so feel the bridge between those two things when I look at your content. I can see exactly what you're saying. The design aspects with the sales, but also just the technical all built in. So I think that makes perfect sense.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So one question that I have for you, I'm just curious. Do you have a specific client win in mind that you think of to this day and that just makes you so happy? It makes you grin?
Oh, yeah. So really, and this probably answers a couple different things, is we actually started Marketecs Engine out of client requests. People
Okay.
were coming to us, and we just started it in 2024. High Level itself has been out since 2018, pretty much. They really came on the scene in 2019, but they were setting up shop in 2018. And
Okay.
we just started our agency. So we've been a marketing agency since 2009, but we started our Marketecs Engine agency in 2024 because we literally had clients coming to us and asking us, "Do you know about High Level? Have you heard about High Level?" And we're like, "Yeah, we've heard about it. We've played with it a little bit. All right, hold on. Let us dig deeper here." We started our agency. We decided to offer this to our clients. Every single one of our clients has joined Marketecs Engine, some even from other agencies that migrated over because of the things we were building, which is just,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's like a catch-22 because while I'm not looking to take anyone else's clients, it was such a huge boost of confidence. They had the confidence in us to be like, "Oh, we love what you're doing over here." So that was amazing. But every single person that we've taken over has been, it's one thing after another. I mean, even one of our clients was like, "Wait a minute, I can get rid of my landline that I'm paying hundreds of dollars a month for a business phone number." We had a client that was paying over $1,700 a month for HubSpot. They're
Oh
now
my God.
paying $300 a month for High Level, and High Level does more than what they were doing in their HubSpot account.
That's brilliant.
So can I point to one thing? It's probably more of the overarching, just I love what we've been able to develop and bring to our clients by starting this sort of division in our business.
Yeah. It really seems like you sort of developed this no brainer offer where your clients were like, it's a no brainer. Of course, they're going to flock to you.
I mean, some of our clients we've been working with on a retainer basis for marketing services since 2013, since we've been working with them for over 10 years. And when we said, "Hey, we can take your tech stack, combine it
Mhm.
all into one and help service it," they were like, "Wait, what?
Of course.
Show me where to sign." They were like, So it's been really this past year of developing this has been really awesome. Like I said, I sort of jumped in with both feet. One of my clients laughed at me when I said my Saturday mornings are spent watching the high level release radars with my coffee. And she was like, "You're such a geek." I was like, "That's
That's
okay. I'll own that."
so cool.
All right. So if we were talking to brand new high level users, what tips, yourself being a little newer to the platform, but also creating obviously some amazing templates really quickly, what tips would you give to a new high level user?
Okay, so I would suggest to them that it is to just take it one step at a time because it is really a whole new environment that gives you a bunch of features and opportunities to manage your business in one place. So I would just say take it one baby step at a time, right? And then also, this is the entire reason why I decided to create video tutorials because they can literally follow. I think it's 30-minute tutorial. They can literally follow it step by step, just customize every single thing and just go live because I think it was relatively quickly for me to create those templates because I have experience working with these design platforms. And so I was familiar in that aspect. Maybe a brand new business owner just signs up for Go High Level and then they don't know how to navigate the user interface. It can take them a while, but that's where my video tutorial comes into play. They can just watch it step by step, make all the changes, go live, and then no stress. And then if they need additional help, of course, they can just reach out to Marketecs Engine.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah. And I would 100% agree with you. Everybody has to start somewhere. Everybody's new at some point, right?
Mm.
And there is a ton of videos too. In addition to your video tutorial, if someone's looking for something specific or has a specific question, whether it be in the web builder or on the platform in general, there are so many resources out there. High Level is actually just in the past few months, it's become the number one marketing automation tool in the world.
Yeah,
So there's
absolutely.
no shortage of information.
Yeah, and I would also like to mention that while there are a lot of features to learn inside of high level, it is going to be probably easier if you spend that time learning all those features inside of high level than you were to pay for all those platforms and then learn those individually because every single platform they have a different user interface, user experience within high level. It's the same platform, although the features are different, but the user interface is the same. So I just think that's no brainer rather than you having to go and learn MailChimp and then Omnisend and so many other marketing tools. You can just learn all these features inside of a level and then it would probably be easier.
Yeah, that's a really great point and kind of speaks back to what I was saying before about if you think of each section of high level as replacing a
Yeah.
whole program, right? And I do think that some people get in there and might get a little overwhelmed thinking that there's a lot. But to your
Yep.
point, you just learned 10 different programs here. Now you just have to
Exactly.
learn one with 10 sections.
Exactly. So it's like you're saving your money, your time, and your energy. You don't have to feel so drained having to learn so many different platforms.
All right. So earlier you asked me about my client win. Now I would like to
Yeah.
ask you about yours. What's your client win that you would share? Something, some aha moment that stands out?
Yeah, so I would just like to share this very recent customer. She sells digital cameras, one of a kind, and she wanted to launch her e-commerce store in less than a week. She came to me, purchased my template. There were a few additional features that she wanted added into those templates, which I helped her with. Once she made all of those edits and her store was live, I just felt really giddy inside. I just felt very happy seeing her store live and then seeing the orders come in. And she was very excited and happy. Yeah, she's selling her cameras and she launched in less than a week. And finally, she can focus more on selling, which is literally the soul of every business. You shouldn't have to overthink and worry so much about your design or your website or how you're going to get these technical systems set up. You should only focus on selling. That should be your focus. And then you just let us handle everything else, the backend, the website, the automation. You just let us handle that. And then you can just focus on selling. So it was very exciting for me to see her happy and just thankful that she was able to save so much time and money and everything was set up so smoothly. Yeah, it was incredible.
That's awesome. I love that. Not that I would encourage anyone to try and launch their website in a week, though.
Yeah,
What would be your ideal timeline for someone looking to launch a website?
I would say keep in mind 2 to 3 weeks. But again, if you are in a hurry and you can give yourself the challenge of sitting down, committing to following all of the tutorials, making those edits really quickly, you can do it in a week. So it's all up to you and what you're comfortable with. But I would also say don't rush it.
Mm. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, and I guess it also depends on the type, like what you've invested in. If you've invested in a well-made template with good tutorials, I guess that probably makes all the difference.
Absolutely.
All right. So, one other thing that I feel like we should probably point out, given that you do have templates in various systems, and I think we could probably both speak to this, is the idea of what system might be right for what type of business. We looked at your website and you have Shopify, you have Wix, and now you have High Level. We also do a lot in WordPress. So, people might have questions about how do I know which platform would be right for me? So, do you have a few tips?
Yeah, absolutely. So for e-commerce, if you are selling physical products, I'm a fan of Shopify in that regard because the backend is very good or selling physical products, and especially if you have a lot of inventory to manage. So Shopify for that. And then if you are a service-based business or if you have digital products to sell or you have some sort of a primarily if you are a coach or a service offer provider and you want all of your marketing systems in one place, go high level. Like absolutely go high level. And then Wix is for people who aren't necessarily looking to have all they are ready to invest time and effort into their marketing. They are okay with the marketing subscriptions that they're paying. They just need a well-made website. I would recommend that they go with Wix. And what about you? Do you work in WordPress a lot? I used to work in WordPress, but now I don't. So who do you think should sign up for WordPress?
Yeah, so I would say majority of our clients, their primary website is in WordPress. A lot of times what we're using High Level for, because we do work mostly with service-based business, not a lot of e-commerce. So we don't actually work a lot in Shopify. To be honest, actually, we don't have anybody in Shopify at the moment. As professional services is definitely who we usually work with. We have had a few people in Wix over the years. I do feel like I see that sometimes as more of they thought it was easier to get started on their own versus
Mm.
hiring somebody, and there were templates in there and that sort of thing. WordPress, though, would be our number one for a primary website. And we typically use the Elementor web page builder.
Yeah, I used to play around with that a lot. Isn't there an option inside of High Level to create a site using WordPress?
There is
Uh,
connections in High Level for WordPress. There's also an integration for Shopify.
oh, I didn't know that. I'll just note that down.
Yeah, I think this is the other thing about how the direction that High Level is going. It's always worth even checking some of these things, like maybe it wasn't there 6 months ago
Mm.
and it's there now, or how has it been improved? They just had their Level Up Summit a week and a half ago now. And there were over 300 releases announced that are either recent or coming soon over the next couple of quarters. So they are consistently developing and trying to create relationships with these programs that are in demand. So there is a Shopify integration that is native, so you don't have to do an API or anything like that. That would be one definitely to explore for the e-commerce side of things. And then there is a WordPress integration too. However, there's a plugin for WordPress as well, which I would highly recommend. So there's kind of different levels of how you can integrate these things, as there always is with tech. The plugin that you can use for WordPress, it does connect all of your chatbots, all of your forms. It lets you track data in WordPress without having to necessarily build the pages in High Level. Although, caveat being, for all these people that have lots of funnels, and I was actually just on a conversation this past week with SEO experts that are helping some of my clients specifically in those areas. And they really recommend that all the funnels, all the lead magnets you're building, that you use a separate site or a separate page builder like High Level so that you're not adding all these pages on the back end of your primary domain, which can actually hurt your SEO.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Very
So
interesting.
if your funnel has 4 pages built in it, but only one of them is actually on your main menu, and all of these other ones have their own links and they're all off your primary domain, it can really add a lot to your sitemap. Apparently, that's not in a positive way. So we do SEO, but we're not like SEO experts. We just do some on-page SEO as we're building things. So that idea of minimizing the number of pages on your website was like, oh yeah, that makes sense now, but it wasn't necessarily my train of thought originally.
Exactly.
So it's just another reason to consider, why should I have both a website and a funnel builder or a page builder? And that's why, for better SEO.
100%. And so I'm just curious, there's so many go high level updates coming out, and there are so many features to explore. What authentic resource would you recommend for people who are watching this? How do they keep up? How do I keep up with all of
Yeah,
these updates?
great question. Like I said, I spend Saturday mornings with the release radar myself. They do every Friday, they do a video about all the releases or updates that came out that week, and even some that are coming soon. That Friday 30-minute video is super helpful if you just want like a quick, and sometimes I even watch it on 1.5 time. It's just to get through it quickly. But that's an option. And there's also some really great YouTubers out there that cover some of these things. I do have my own YouTube channel where I try to cover the things that I think my clients will find important. Sometimes it's a new way that I found to use the workflows and the trigger actions and those types of things in high level. And I'm like, oh, I found this great new feature. Not sure everyone's using it this way. Here's a quick tutorial on it. So you're going to find a lot of different YouTubers that are doing stuff like that. And I think it makes sense to just find, a couple that you're interested in watching in your downtime. Start incorporating some of that micro learning in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. And your YouTube channel, I mean, it's just a plethora of really valuable videos that, as an overthinker who's, when I'm introduced to a new platform, I get very confused whenever I am introduced to a new platform. But your YouTube channel, it just really helped me warm up to the idea of go high level and start exploring it. And then after a while, it didn't seem that intimidating anymore. And then it's like, okay, this is quite easy. So all thanks to your videos and your guidance, you create really good content, really straightforward. And
Aw.
yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And that is also kind of new for me this year. So I would say the older videos, I avoid going back and watching but I think that
That
just,
means you're growing. That
that's
means you
right. That's right. Absolutely. And I think it just speaks to anytime we're trying to learn something new, right? Whether it's you learning a new platform, whether it's me learning how to speak to a video, no matter what
yeah.
it is, it takes time and it takes those
Yeah.
reps, right?
Yeah, I mean, you cannot pay me to go back and look at my designs that I created in the very start. You cannot pay me any amount because they were horrendous. And I think I'm like, how was I so confident like sharing it? But now I'm like, actually, I'm glad that I did. It's so important to learn on the go and just share whatever you're making with the world, whether it's a video or a design. That's how you learn and grow. So if you find your past self cringy, that means you've grown.
Very true. Very true. And I think one of the things I might have even recently shared on social was this idea of every time you do it, if you can get 1% better, think of how you'll be 50% better after 50 times. That's such a great concept and takes the pressure off too, whenever you're doing something new.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think even just this conversation right now is a great example of why we chose to work together. We got on that first phone call, just a month ago now? And
Yeah.
it was like, oh, I like the way you think. Oh, I like the way you approach business. And we've kept things very easy. Kept the conversations very light. I think we've both been very open to just finding ways to help each other on this
Yeah.
platform.
And we both have been thinking out loud with each other and ideating with each other. None of us have been like, okay, I have a plan. Let's do it this way. No, I think we just figured it out collaboratively along the way. And it's been so fun. So, yeah, I hope that whoever signs up just enjoys whatever that we have really enjoyed creating together. It has been wonderful.
Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the partnership. Thanks for,
Thank you so
all the
much for
brainstorming.
having me. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolutely wonderful time. And I'm just so looking forward to the future. Very excited for that.
All right. So we'll say goodbye for now. And maybe in 6 months, you'll see us talking about where we are then.
Yeah, absolutely.